everybody, today is going to be the last review of the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean collection. In case you've missed it, I've already reviewed the cheek palette and I reviewed the 6 lip products. Sorry, they're all, let's flip them. These 6 lip products. And today we're going to review the Pista Resista, you know what I'm saying. That was supposed to sound really fancy, but it didn't. We're going to be reviewing, the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean eyeshadow palette. I love this palette. I just dropped the eyeliner. Is it gone forever? I believe it is. Alright, cool guys. Cool. It's just gone. How do you lose an eyeliner, Becky? Oh well. I don't know. I'll find it eventually. But we're going to review this beautiful palette. So, first and foremost, outer packaging. I try to start with that. I really like it. It's a compass. And I think it's really cute. You know, the compass has played a big part throughout the entire Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. And behind the compass, it's kind of like a galaxy theme. It is really thick. But part of the reason why it's so thick is because it does have this like secret compartment thing that says Enchanted Brilliance. And in that compartment you can put the cheek palette. I realized I just put it in there and you didn't even see. But you can put the cheek palette in there and it's completely contained, which is cool. I won't store it that way because that seems like a really bad idea. It seems like a way to forget about you have a cheek palette. I guess it's good for traveling, but this is kind of bulky to travel. I almost wish they would have kept, I like that it's like shaped like this. It is cool to me, but I wish they would have just cut it and not added that little feature, but it's unique. It is like cardboard, but pretty dense cardboard, coated in this like plastic paper, and right here like on the corner you can see it's already starting to peel, which is pretty disappointing to me. Because it's like, this was not an inexpensive palette. This palette was $52. So I would like the packaging to hold up. Because that's one of the main reasons why I got it, was because it was Pirates of the Caribbean. And I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So then you open it up, and it does have this huge mirror. And it does sit up, like, to a really nice angle. Oops. It doesn't go all the way back, but it sits back this far. And you can lay it on your desk, and you can see your whole face, which is really, really nice. I think that it's a very convenient way to like have it. And then there are 18 eyeshadows. You can see that there is this galaxy theme all around, and it is making it kind of hard to film because it's reflective, but there they are. So I've kind of had a roller coaster ride when it comes to this palette. I've said it every video, but might as well just make it 3 for 3. I knew I was going to buy this palette the minute I saw that there was a Pirates of the Caribbean collection. I was like, I'm buying the whole thing. So I knew I was going to buy it. And then it came out, and I was super excited. It came out a few days later than I thought it was going to. And so I was super excited when it finally came out and was for sale. I bought the whole thing immediately. And then it came in, and I was just like, okay, here it is. And I wasn't that excited about it. And then I opened it up, and I was like, oh, it's not bright and colorful. Which I knew it wasn't. I mean, I had seen the colors. I'm trying to get it to where, there we go. I knew it wasn't going to be bright and colorful, but I was just like, wow, okay, what in the world can I do with this? And so then, you know, I looked at it and I made a look. And I've used every single shadow in here now. I've used it for 6 days straight. And I can honestly say that every single look I've come up with using just this palette has been gorgeous. I've loved every single one. And I was talking to Cherish, Pretty Pistol 86. And she's like, I just feel like it's missing something. I feel like they could have gone farther. And I was like, yeah, I do too. I feel like it's missing a... And I was looking at the palette and looking at the palette and looking at the palette. And I'm like, actually, I don't think it's missing anything. I think it's got a full range. I did mention that I wish there was like a really sparkly gold, and I will hold to that. I'll swatch you Compass, and it is a gold, but it's not like a really chunky sparkly gold. But this is a really unique collection of colors because I feel like what they've done... Here we go. They've given you a collection of colors that is colorful but neutral still. It's pretty neutral. And it has some brights that are kind of bright, but in all it is all kind of gloomy and kind of piratey and kind of perfect. I honestly think this is kind of the perfect color selection. So let's go ahead and start swatching. I'm just going to go across, just like that. So the first one in the top left-hand corner is Ghostly. This is, it looks like there's this wincy beansiest bit of, no it doesn't. First it did. So this is just a matte white. I use it as a brow bone highlight. It's very nice. This is the Pro formula. And I think it's super pigmented, really nice and blendable. But unlike the Lorac Pro 1 and 2 that I don't love, I don't think it blends into just like one muddied eyeshadow look. I feel like all of my eyeshadows just been like blended and beautiful, but still very distinctive and still very like cohesive and nice. I just love it. Then we have one of the colors, and it's a metallic blue. It's called Starry Night. And it's just this really pretty, super highly pigmented, bright metallic-y blue. Another thing that's different from the Lorac Pro palettes, like the Pro 1 and 2, those two, I don't have the Pro 3. I feel like they're super pigmented and blendable, and they do kick up powder in the pan. Like, you can definitely tell that I've used these, but I don't notice a lot of fallout, which is wonderful, because if you use the Lorac Pros, then you know the fallout's crazy. So this is Compass. This is the gold. It's this one. And it is a gold, but it's got like a little bit of rose to it, I feel like. Here it is. Isn't that pretty? Like, even those three, like, that's just a gorgeous look to me. Again, this one's a little bit powdery, but it's got that nice, like, shiny metallic finish. Great, great shadow. Then, the fourth shade on the top row is this matte, or this, like, satiny brown. It looks like it's going to be really metallic, but then upon swatch, you can tell it's super rich and pigmented. It reminds me, I haven't even been telling you the names. The names are part of the cutest part. So we have Ghostly, Starry Night, Compass, and Arg. So Arg, it's kind of like I said, it's not really metallic and high shine, but it's got a little bit of sheen to it. It reminds me of the color of Johnny Depp's hat in this movie. Then we have Black Pearl, which is supposed to be this like really cool duochrome. This was the first shade I used. I used this all over the lid, and it is really pretty. And it is very duochromatic. But it's the kind of duochrome that you've been seeing a lot lately. It's in the Tarte Pro palette. It's Lounge. It's pretty. It's very nice. It's really well done. But it's just the same duochrome. And then the last shade we have is Yoho, which is again this super creamy, pigmented, soft, kind of a shiny taupe. Do y'all see that? It's not a white. It's kind of a taupe. But it's really metallic. I have used this as the inner corner highlight, and it works nicely. It's great all over the lid as well. So that's the first row. Then we'll go to the second row. We have the shade Bones, which is a matte, kind of light brown, kind of a cream, but it's definitely more brown. It's very similar to my skin tone. It's right there. I've been using this as a transition shade. I've also been using it to fill in my eyebrows. So it is really nice. Again, super matte, super creamy. I just can't complain about this formulation. We have the shade Silvermist, which is what's all over my lid today. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know I love a silver. And this one's really good. Look at that. It's so pigmented and metallic. You see that shift when I do that? Oh, it's gorgeous. Again, the formulation of this palette, you just can't knock it. I mean, I really can't. It's pigmented, it's buttery, it's soft, it's a little bit powdery, but I don't get a lot of fallout. As always, I've done a whole video of it. I'll link it below. I'm using, to pack on the lid shade, these brushes that come with the Urban Decay palettes. I use this soft shader brush, pack it on the lid, we're good to go. The third shade on the second row is the shade Treasure, which is this really cool kind of a crimson-y shade. I feel like if I do it this way, I'm going to end up... It's like a brownie crimson. My brother is about to graduate from the University of Alabama. Did I have lipstick on my teeth? I think I might. Oops. Sorry, guys. And so I'm definitely going to wear this to his graduation. It's that metallic shade that's just got a lot of shine, a lot of shimmer. Beautiful. Then we have this Dead Man Tails No Tails. And it's really unique. It's a matte brownie purple shade. Yeah, this is so cool. Like I said, if you look at this assortment, it's very unique in my opinion, because it's a lot of assortment. There's a lot of different colors. You can create a lot of looks. But and they don't look drab or unpigmented or faded, but they're not super bright either. It's kind of like piratey. I don't know, I just really love it. This shade I think a lot of people are gonna love. Again, tell no tales. Then we have the shade Shiver Me, which is this slightly yellow toned highlight that is super shimmery. I like a matte and a shimmery highlight because I use matte on my brow bone and shimmer in the inner corner. Again, Shiver Me is what's in my inner corner today, and I just think it's great. And you can see that shine. Oh, gorgeous. And the last shade is Cursed, and I want y'all to see Cursed in the pan has a ton of silver glitter, but it doesn't actually. Like even in the swatch, you can see glitter. That's what's on my outer corner today. Maybe it'll swatch like it's got glitter. It does. It swatches like it's got some silver glitter in it, but it doesn't in reality. It's just a black shadow. You can't see any glitter at all on my lids. But that's okay. A lot of people like a black shadow. So then the third row is my least favorite, but it's got an all, but it does have my #1 favorite shadow. So the reason why I don't love this row is because I feel like it's kind of repetitious. We have Matey, but it's spelled like matte-y. So this is another matte creamy shade. It's not quite as bright and stark as Ghostly, but it's very, very similar. For me, it does serve the same purpose. However, I have put one on one eye and one on the other, and you can tell a difference. And I can definitely see if you have a darker skin tone, you don't want this matte white, this would be a lot easier for you to use. Then we have the shade Lost at Sea, which is still a nice shade, but it's probably the worst shade in the bunch. And it's this light blue matte shade, but it's very faintly blue. Can you even tell it is blue? There you go. So it is light blue, but on the lids, it's so faintly blue that it almost looks like you just have a white shadow. So it's nice, it's pigmented, it's creamy, it's a matte, but it's a little disappointing. Then we have this shade Pirate's Chest, which is this matte yellow. This is amazing to use as a blending shade. It's so pretty. It really, really warms up the look. Again, it's close to my skin tone, but it does have that very distinctive yellow. I think it just gives a really unique look, unique shift to any look that you're using. Slightly powdery, but gorgeous. Then my #1 favorite shadow, Sea Haze. I use this all over the lid and for my favorite look, and I was obsessed. It's a metallic sea foamy green. Look at that. This lighting is not conducive. I apologize. But y'all see how shimmery these are? They're great. And next we have the shade Menace, which is confusing to me. Because you notice it's a black, but it's not super, super black. It's almost like a dark gray. They look slightly different, but on the eyes they really don't. So I wish we didn't have Menace and Cursed. Cursed, if it had that like glitter show up, then it'd be different, but it doesn't. It just looks like black. So why? I don't need both of those. And then the last shade is Silent Mary, which is a matte gray. I'm gonna actually just put it down here. It's got a little bit of purple in it, but it's a really nice gray. Again, it's really nice for like a transition or a blending out shade. So all in all, of the 18 shades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are matte. 1 is glittery, so that is 9. So the other 9 are this kind of shimmery metallic finish. Here's the shades. Here they are swatched. I love this palette. I wanted to love it, and then I didn't think I was going to like it that much. And after using it for a week, because I did say I want to get a lot of use out of it. I don't just want to review it for y'all to be the first one to review it. So I did use every single shade on the lid. They last really well. They blend nicely, but they don't overblend. They're pigmented. I don't have a negative thing to say about this. You know, it's like, oh, they could have put a purple somewhere. Maybe take out Maddie and Menace. If you take out these two shades, you could put in like a cool purple, like that's a matte, that's kind of lilac-y. I think that'd be neat. There's a lot of things that they could have added, but they can only make it so big. And I think that the assortment of colors that they did give you is very diverse and gives you a lot of cool combinations. I look at this palette and I'm inspired, and I just want to play. So all in all, great palette, very much worth the $42. Sorry. I can literally see myself using every single one of these. I have used every single one of these shades. So I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry for the not perfect lighting. I wish I could control the sun, but unfortunately I cannot. So I really hope you found that helpful, entertaining, enjoyable. If you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, go ahead and leave those down below. I love to speak with y'all. And that's all I have for you. So with that, I will see you real soon. Bye.